Add-ons are an important part of Blender's ecosystem. They add functionality and flexibility. If you are like me and have many different add-ons installed and you lost track of how many or which ones you have enabled or disabled, this add-on is definitely for you. It's called Find My Addon, but it can do much more than just finding add-ons. You can get it from Superhive, and I'll leave the link in the description below. It supports Blender version 2.8 up to 4.5, which is the one I'm using right now. At the time of this recording, it costs $5 and it's well worth it. After downloading the add-on, let's install it by clicking and dragging into Blender's viewport. Immediately a button just popped up, and this is where we can see all of the add-ons that we've got installed. Right now we can immediately see which ones we have enabled, which ones we have disabled. We can also click and enable or disable on the fly like such. We can also hide add-ons. If we hide them, in order to see them back, we just need to click on this button and then we can see all of them. I will unhide them. We can also access each add-on settings immediately through this window, which is very handy, like such. We can also access favorites, but right now we don't have any favorite add-on added. And we can organize these by the number of columns. So 3 columns, 2 columns, 1 column. And the same thing will happen once we create our categories, which right now we don't have any. A feature that is not currently working is this width in pixels. So if we increase or decrease, it doesn't work. If I click on the settings on the add-on and having the add-on window open, and if I disable it at the same time, it will crash Blender. So please keep this in mind. I contacted the developer. He said on the next update he's going to take care of these 2 bugs. Most likely by the time you watch this video, they might be already fixed. Here in this window, it's where we start creating our categories. If we click on the plus sign, a new category was created, a new field just appeared down here, and this is where we start adding our add-ons. I will name animation this category by double clicking on it. And now I can start adding add-ons. So at camera rigs, I click on the X and keep writing, remove static curves, rigify, and timeline buttons. So now I've got 4 add-ons in this category. Let's click here again and we see the newly created category here available for us. One feature by having them into categories is that we can enable and disable all of them at the same time. So if you use certain add-ons for specific workflows and you organize them by a category, for example, you can enable or disable all of them. Let's create another category. So plus sign again. This time I go with asset management. Let's click on the plus sign again. I will add a few of them. So geoscatter, Blender kit, vegetation, and Sanctus library. So let's have a look. Now our newly created category is available here. One thing to bear in mind is that we can export these lists that we just created, which is very handy because if we work on a studio and we want all of the machines to have the same setup and then just distribute and import them, one thing to bear in mind is if we disable and enable the add-on again, all of that is gone. So you should always export before you disable the add-on. So I'm going to import my JSON file. And now you can see I've got here the categories that I created up to this moment. I'm going to search on the add-ons, and here we've got all of these categories. I can, for example, here on the screencast keys, I can click on the favorite. And if I go to favorites now, I can filter them like such. Or if I filter by name, they will only appear without categories showing. Okay, this is it. It's a very handy add-on. I use it all the time to enable or disable add-ons accordingly to my needs. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.